We are discussing about GATE 2001 ECE paper, and this question is related to electronics. The effective channel length of a MOSFET in saturation decreases with increase in A. Gate voltage, B. Drain voltage, C. Source voltage, D. Body voltage. Effective channel length. This phenomenon is actually called as channel length modulation. Channel length modulation effect. Okay, the correct answer for this one is called as drain voltage. We will see what is meant by this channel length modulation effect. Okay, so that we can easily answer this type of question. The effective channel length of a MOSFET, how it is going to be decreases in saturation. Okay, so generally we are assuming that one n-type n MOSFET we are going with. N MOSFET implies nothing but always it will be fabricated under p-type substrate. So this is p-type substrate, and into that one two n plus regions are going to be diffused. One will act as drain, the other will be act as source. These are two n plus regions. One is nothing but source acting as, the other is acting as drain. And above that one there is a thin silicon dioxide layer will be formed, that is called as thin oxide, or it is also called as gate oxide. This is called as SiO2 layer, thin oxide, or it is also called as gate oxide. And above that one a polysilicon material is deposited which act as gate material. So this is gate, this is polysilicon. Okay, polysilicon G. So gate, source, drain, depending on the voltage we apply. So this region is going to be called as channel region. So look at this one, this is the channel region. Channel region is nothing but the place between two n plus regions are going to be called as channel. So if there is a no channel, now if you look at the channel will be consisting of p-type charge carriers. So this is p-type substrate, the channel is also of p-type sub only. So if you apply, let us assume you are applying a drain to source voltage like this, some VDS voltage you applied. Whenever VDS, drain to source voltage applied with VDS like this, at that time we expect that one there must be some current is flowing from drain to source, the same current has to flow through this source. So IS is equal to ID. Drain current and source current is always same, but how much is this current flows or not? Whenever this is of p-type substrate, that is the channel region consisting of p-type material, by that time the current flowing through this one is going to be treated as 0. That is drain current will be 0, because let us assume whenever you are applying a voltage, this negative terminal is going to be repelling the electrons in the n plus region. So as they are entering into this channel region, they will recombine with the holes present. So no electron from source region, it will reach the drain. That implies nothing but no electron is going to be coming towards drain, which can attracted by this positive terminal. So that's why even though we are applying VDS voltage, the drain current will be 0 until and unless there is a channel of n-type carriers is formed. So how the channel of n-type carriers is formed? Okay, that we can explain like this. We must apply some positive voltage across gate. So this positive voltage can attract the negative charge carriers so that a channel can be formed as a case. So we always must apply positive voltage gate for n-channel MOSFET, because positive voltage only can attract the electrons from the p-type substrate. Positive can attract the negative, that's why. So now we will see one by one. If you are applying small positive voltage, what happens? If you apply a sufficiently large positive voltage, what happens? Okay, in this way we will define. So look at this one, there are 4 different diagrams are given. So first diagram we are going with, this is first diagram. Here the gate voltage we are applying, but it is small positive voltage. This small positive voltage is nothing but it is lesser than the threshold voltage. So this small positive voltage can attract only small number of negative charge carriers from the p-type substrate. So small number of negative charge carriers from the p-type substrate is nothing but electrons are moving in this direction. Whenever the electrons are moving in this direction, this is nothing but SiO2 layer. This orange color is nothing but SiO2 layer. So since it is SiO2 layer which act as insulator, no electron can go beyond this SiO2 layer. So all the electrons attracted for this small positive voltage are going to be accumulated nearby this SiO2 layer. So whenever the electrons are coming over there, already holes will be present. This electron will recombine with the hole, so that there will be a creation of negative ion will be created. So negative ions will be created. This negative ion is called as depletion region. This shaded dark, that is brown color, is nothing but depletion region. Okay, even though I am indicating it explicitly negative ions, the depletion region with this color, okay, is going to be called as depletion region, which will be consisting of negative ions. So no channel has been formed, only a depletion region is formed if you are applying gate source voltage less than VTH. Okay. Next, if you apply VGS is going to be equal to or slightly greater than VTH. VTH is nothing but threshold voltage, which is the minimum amount of gate voltage you must apply at gate terminal so that a channel is created. Okay, VGS, that is VTH, threshold voltage, is the minimum amount of positive voltage to be applied across gate of NMOS transistor such that a channel is enhanced. Okay, so now the channel is enhanced. Now look at this one. This is channel. It is also called as inversion layer, because previously that region is consisting of holes, now it is turning towards electrons. So the charge carriers gets inverted. So the region is called as inversion layer. So this inversion layer you are getting above the depletion region, because depletion region consisting of negative ions, the ions are immobile, they cannot move. So electrons can be mobile, they are moving and they will attract towards the silicon dioxide layer, but they cannot go beyond that one. They will be accumulated near the silicon dioxide layer. So above the depletion region the channel is formed. And this case is going to be happens whenever VDS is going to be lesser than VGS minus VT. Remember that one. VGS minus VT is called as effective gate voltage. Effective gate voltage. Next, if VDS is going to be greater than VGS minus VT, what happens? Okay, this is the case whenever VDS is lesser than VGS minus VT. This is called as, this operating mode is called as linear operation region or ohmic operation region. Okay, or it is also called as triode operating region. Triode mode or ohmic mode or linear mode. Now we are coming for the VDS is equal to VGS minus VTH. First we will go with, later VDS is greater than VGS minus VT we will go. Now look at the third one. This is a third diagram. Okay, for this third diagram, and VGS is greater than VT, so that channel is formed, and now we are applying VDS is equal to VGS minus VT. As you are applying more and more drain voltage, that is more and more positive voltage towards drain. So more positive voltage towards N plus is nothing but, is it making this junction reverse bias or not? This is P type substrate and it is N plus. That implies nothing but in between this P and N plus there is a reverse bias is going to be taking place, and this reverse bias is going to be increases as positive voltage across drain is increases. So if you observe, as reverse bias increases, depletion region increases. Depletion region increases and depletion region penetrates more into lightly doped side. Out of P type substrate and N plus region, N plus is heavily doped, whereas P substrate is lightly doped. So the depletion region totally penetrates into P type substrate. So now if you see, the width of depletion region is more towards, P type substrate, so the towards drain side. So this is, and this is a situation actually happening. As you are applying towards drain, at that time drain side is going to be, you are applying 0 volts. For example, VDS is equal to 5 volts if you are applying. What is the meaning of that one? 5 volts is nothing but you are applying plus 5 volts over here and 0 volts over here. So this 5 volts battery you are applying in this way. So this 5 volts has to drop from drain to source in the channel. So during this point to this point 5 volts is dropping. So plus 5 volts you will get over here, and here it is 2.5 volts plus 5 plus, and here you are going to be getting it 0 volts. So as you are moving from drain to source, the applied voltage is going to be gets reduces, and at source it will become 0. 0 is nothing but less reverse bias. As you are moving towards drain, the applied voltage is going to be increases in reverse bias, so that more depletion region towards drain side, less depletion region towards source side. That is nothing but more inversion region towards source side, less inversion region towards drain side. That's why the characteristics is going, that's why the diagram is shown in this way with a line with more depletion region towards drain side and with less depletion region towards source side. And if you apply VDS is greater than VGS minus VT, at that time this will be treated as, now this depletion region is going to be penetrates into the channel. So now this is depletion region. Mobile charge carriers will be present only during this portion. Mobile charge carriers will be present only during this portion. Previously the mobile charge carriers are present during the entire portion of channel. Channel is nothing but this one, L, entire region between two n plus things. So L is nothing but entire region, and in this case, that is fourth case, if VGS is going to be lesser than VDS, that is VDS is greater than VGS minus VT, saturation mode, by that time this is called as L effective. L effective, whereas L is nothing but the entire region between two n plus regions. So L effective is lesser than L, because effective length is nothing but where the mobile charge carriers are present. Okay, now where the mobile charge carriers are present is nothing but it is less area compared to the previous cases. Now channel length is going to be gets reduced. Okay, this phenomena is called as channel length modulation. Even though metallurgical channel length is constant at L, but the effective channel length where the mobile charge carriers are present, that is going to be called as effective channel length. So channel length becomes reduced. Because of that one, even though we assume ID is equal to constant, ID is constant in saturation, but strictly speaking ID will increase. Okay, so all these things because of, for the given VGS, if you increase VDS, at that time channel length becomes reduces. So we can draw the characteristics in this way. These are drain and output characteristics. Look at this one, it is very important. Drain or output characteristics always plotted between output current, that is ID, output voltage is VDS, for the given VGS minus VT. Let us assume we are going with VGS minus VT at some voltage. So initially as VDS increases, current is going to be increases and it becomes constant like this. This is, for example, VGS minus VT is equal to 3 volts. Okay, if VGS minus VT is 2 volts, that is nothing but the channel is created only with 2 volts. By that time the current is going to be reduces. So you will get the characteristics in this way. This is for VGS is equal to 2 volts. Okay, and if you are saying it, these are going to be the points which differentiates between this is saturation region and this is linear region and saturation region. Okay, this is normally by the time saturation is nothing but ID is going to be defined as beta into VGS minus VT whole square. In saturation region, drain current doesn't depend on the VDS, it only depends on gate to so effective gate voltage only. So beta by 2 into VGS minus VT whole square. But when channel length modulation is neglected, if channel length modulation is considered, by that time it also depends on VDS. So by that time ID can be written as, okay, ID can be written as ID is equal to beta by 2 into VGS minus VT whole square into 1 plus lambda VDS. This is the equation for the drain current in saturation region if channel length modulation effect is considered. So lambda is nothing but it is called channel length modulation parameter. Channel length modulation parameter whose units are per volt, that is volt inverse. So generally channel length modulation effect is neglecting is nothing but lambda value is 0. If lambda value is given, you must use this equation. So by that time, even though you are assuming ID is constant in saturation, it no more constant and it try to increase in this way. So now the current increases for the same VGS value. Even though VGS minus VT is 3 volts, but the current increases in this way. The red line shows these are channel length modulation effect is considered, ID is going to be no more constant, whereas previous case ID is constant. So all these things are going to be depends on drain voltage. So effective channel length decreases as the drain voltage increases. This phenomena is called as channel length modulation effect. Okay, the definition of channel length modulation effect is nothing but the change in effective channel length as drain to source voltage increases in saturation region. So effective channel length of MOSFET in saturation decreases with increase in drain voltage. The right option is B. Thank you.